Hi, well, happy Thursday. I'm so happy to see you today. We are diving into some yoga flowing today, continuing the incorporation of right left strength, but also starting to play with how that relates to inverting. Okay, so I told you we're going to challenge the mind body connection a little bit this month. And so here we go. We're going upside down. Do not freak out. I've got you. But just to give you a heads up, that's where we're going. We're going to be using the blue band to start for your warm up, but that can go to the side for a moment. Okay. So wherever you were hearing the word inverting, take a breath, exhale it completely. I invite you to find your seat, one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. We're going to close your eyes for a moment and really just enter into a state of listening and receiving, both internally and externally. It's a little bit long, but it's worth it. So close your eyes. Your job is to breathe deeply and intentionally. Doctor, you say that there are no halos around the streetlights in Paris, and what I see is an aberration caused by old age and affliction. I tell you, it has taken me all my life to arrive at the vision of gas lamps as angels, to soften and blur and finally banish the edges you regret I don't see, to learn that the line I called the horizon does not exist, and sky and water, so long apart, are the same state of being. 54 years before I could see Rouen Cathedral is built of parallel shafts of sun. And now you want to restore my youthful errors, my fixed notions of top and bottom, the illusion of three-dimensional space, mysterious separate from the bridge it covers. What can I say to convince you the Houses of Parliament dissolve night after night to become the fluid dream of the Thames? I will not return to a universe of objects that don't know each other, as if islands were not the lost children of one great continent. The world is flux, and light becomes what it touches, becomes water, lilies on water, above and below water, becomes lilac and mauve and yellow and white, small fists passing sunlight so quickly to one another that it would take long streaming hair inside my brush to catch it, to paint the speed of light. Our weighted shapes, these verticals, burn to mix with air and changes our bones and our skin and our clothes to gases. Doctor, if only you could see how heaven pulls earth into its arms and how infinitely the heart expands to claim this world, like blue vapor without end. Doctor, if only you could see how heaven pulls earth into its arms and how infinitely the heart expands to claim this world, like blue vapor without end. This is called Monet Refuses the Operation. Take a deep breath. Feel what's in your breath. Exhale it. One more time, deep breath. Exhale it. In this month of exploring our perceptions and what leads to our perceptions and our stories, what limits our beliefs or what expands them. Let's expand them today. Come on forward, hands and knees as you breathe in. Stacking your knees underneath your hips, hands underneath your shoulders. Arch your spine, big breaths in. Shoulder blades glide into your back, wag your tail a little bit, just straight old cat-cow, round inside, exhaling. Feel that tuck that gathers you and lifts you. And again, breathing in, arching. And feel that space in the chest and the back, rounding in, exhaling. And rocking forward and back one more time, arching and breathing. And exhaling, rounding into it as you breathe out. It's going to be a downward facing dog from there, tucking your toes, lifting up and back. Pedaling and nodding. Letting the upper body go. Climb into your legs. Feel the arms expand into your palms. And feel how much your body is made of shafts of light. Lift your tailbone, stretch your heels down, drop your head, neck, and shoulders. Let the belly fly up inside of you. Exhale. One palm at a time, walk your hands back towards your feet. So it means you're going to shift weight into the legs, off the shoulders. Shift, shift. And just feel how the back glides over the top of you, and that distinct transference of weight between hands and feet. And nod up and down a little bit. And then as you come on up to stand, if the band is near you, grab it, or you'll come up to stand and you'll go grab it. You're all the way up. And shrug your shoulders around. You're going to grab that band and start some shoulder circles. So 2 strong feet on the ground. Your palms are flat into the band. Wrists are flat. And you're going up, back, and around. Feel the shoulders start to glide with you. Up and over. And again, up and over. And you feel that moving the shoulder blades, the back, the chest. Put some breath into your lungs. You start to feel the relationship between the underside of your arms, your shoulder blades, your chest muscles, your ribs, your back muscles working together. Good. One more time, up and back. Feel that nice big space. And exhale, rounding forward. Good. From there, we're going to take our hands a little bit more narrow on the band. The band is at shoulder distance apart. When you press your knuckles forward, so you have straight arms, I really want you to squeeze the upper arms a little bit. And then standing into your feet, pull your abs in, shoulder blades pinch together, and then reach forward. Shoulder blades pinch together, and then reach forward. Think about the armpits leading the shoulder blades into your spine. My elbows aren't bending, my wrists aren't bending. Rhomboids. Right? The muscles between your shoulder blades. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push the knuckles forward now as if you're getting punched in the stomach. I want you to feel the shoulder blades pull apart towards your knuckles, but instead of shoulders going up to ears, the shoulders go out into the fists. Drop your chin, bend your knees a little, and round your upper body as if you were in that cat-cow again. And then come back up to stand. Feel the back kind of lengthen with you. Ready? Bending your knees a little. You're scooping in. Shoulder blades are pushing out into the fists. Drop your head. Pull the belly in and engage the ribs. Feel that kind of reach through the front. Space in the back. Come on up. Big breath. Again, exhaling. Like I've got my hands around your wrists. I'm gently pulling you forward. You've got to pull and round the belly button in. Come back up as you inhale. We're going the other direction. Shoulder blades are going to pinch. Pressing into your feet, pull the abs in. You're going to lift your chest and come back up. Tiniest little back bend, right? But I'm really using my back muscles along with my core muscles, kind of like reverse sit-ups. Exhale, shoulder blades in. Lift the heart, come back into it, okay? Lift the heart, come back into it. Pull gently on the band. It'll help activate the underside of the arms. Last 2. Last 1. And you're out. Good. Good. And shake that out for a moment. You're going to step down into the band. Resistance squats. So your feet are going into the band. You're going to stretch your feet hip distance apart. Choke down on the band so that you can get your butt down really nice and low. And you're going to use those postural muscles we just woke up, right? That the hands on the band are still related to the back and the chest muscles. Big breath in as you stand up. It's not that hard. There's a moment where you're like, oh, there's some resistance. Pull the ribs in and the pelvic corridor in as you come up. So you're going to feel your legs a little, but really the point is to feel like there's movement in the pelvis. It can sit back and come back up to vertical, right? It's rotating underneath me. I'm feeling that the backs of my arms, my ribs, and my chest are catching that little bit of resistance in the band. It's maybe 2 pounds, right? So butt's tapping back like it's tapping a chair. Starting to feel a little bit of heat. I'm coming up to straight legs every time. 3 more. 1, just waking up the middle body. 2, 3, come down. And draw the hands down, stick your butt back, pull the core in, shoulder blades back. Now you're going to bend your elbows straight back and then release. Triceps. Here we go. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Feeling your back working against the standing plank you're in your trunk. There's 5, 6, 7, we're going to 10, 8, 9, stay up, let a little bit of the band go. Stretch your arms straight back behind you. It's like you're a superwoman. Your heart's leading the way. Bend down a little deeper. Shoulder blades are gonna come together. I want your knuckles straight, your elbow straight, and just a little pinch, triceps. 3, we're going to 10, 4, 5, breathe, 6, long neck, 7, abs in, and you're up. Shrug it around, really nice. Turn your palms forward. Your biceps, the fronts of your arms, need your back in order to engage well, okay? The thing with working with the band is that, especially as you're doing biceps, what tends to want to happen is the wrist wants to get into a funny position. Focus on the bicep contraction and the hand comes along. Again, like 2 pounds resistance here is what I'm working with, okay? 3, 4. My hands are just a product of the bicep contraction. Whew. That's 8. Last 2. Last 1. And you're out. Really nice. Go ahead and lose the band. So from all of that upper body activation, feel how it's different now when you stand on 2 feet and lift your arms up. It's like, oh my God, I can move, right? Grab your left wrist. Side bend. Remember that side bending is about moving the ribs and the waist, not about hyperextending the shoulder. Back up, other side. Back up, interlace your hands behind your back. Shrug your shoulders around. Feel your knuckles reach down. So here you get to open the chest. Forward bend, exhaling, open the back body. So a lot of inverting is about the relationship between the front and back of you, as well as the top and bottom of you. Bend your knees, fingers to the ground. It's your right leg going back, low lunge. Feel your feet press equally into each other. Plant your hands on the ground. It's a downward facing dog. Use your arms. Use the muscles we just turned on. Plank pose. Come on forward. Push the ground away with your palms. Shoulder blades together. Abs up. Ribs in. Heels back. Push the ground away. Lower to the ground. Use your upper body. See how it feels. Yeah. Cobra. Tops of your feet. Shoulder blades climb down your back. Use your back. Downward facing dog, exhaling. Really different than just squeezing the back and compressing it, right? Downward facing dog. Right leg, send it up as you breathe in. Now, right about here, I want you to feel that you can wrap the inner thighs into each other, push on your left arm a little bit more, and let that help you lift the right leg. Come forward to step, low lunge. Once you have your 2 feet, press into it, high lunge. Let your back body help you lift. Arms up, hands to your hips. Step that back foot in a little bit. Bend your back knee to 90 degrees. Sit down into your tailbone and your pubic bone. Squeeze your legs into the midline. You have 10 pulses. 1, 2, turning on the legs. 3, shoulder blades up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, pause. Left foot next to your right, inner thighs are coming together. Right into each other. Sit your booty back. Pull in that low belly. Take your hands down. Feel it lift. Squeeze your legs into each other. Chest up. 10. 1. They're small. 2. Feel the outer thighs. Feel the inner thighs. Everything we've been working on all month, right? Last 2. Last 1. You're up. Arms up. And it's like, how do the 2 sides work together? And how do they work independent of each other? Interlace your hands behind your back. Dive forward, exhaling. Bend your knees. Fingers to the ground. Left leg is going back, lunging. Open up your chest, reach. Take a moment. It's a down dog as you exhale, pressing down, lifting, stepping back. Plank pose, breathing in, reach out. Chaturanga, if it's in your practice, otherwise go to the ground, halfway down. Feel the backs of your arms work. You build the back bend out of chaturanga. Downward facing dog, exhaling. Left leg. As the leg starts to lift, there's a moment you're like, okay, I'm parallel. And then you're like, I don't know what to do now. Push on that right arm a little bit more. Let that help you lengthen the left leg up. Use your entire abdominal system, both arms, lift, lunge. If you didn't quite make it, heel toe it in, totally great. Find your back foot, open your chest, come on up. Then find your 90 degrees. My back heel is super high. I'm going to take my fingers to my pelvis, find out where I am in space. Chest is up. 10, 9, 8, 7. Take your time. Last 3, 2, 1. Pause. Right foot next to your left, hip distance apart this time. Booty back as you sit into it. Take your right hand to your right waist. I want you to feel that waist tighten as if you're in a side plank. So like squeeze it with your hand. Now from that, push on your right foot and lift your left foot. I'm going to take my left knee back behind me. Left hand, left booty. Out. 2. Where my 2 hands are squeezing into each other. Outer leg, outer butt. Woo! That's 10. We're going to 15. 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Left foot down on the ground. Left hand to your left waist. Pick up the right foot. Knee back. Right hand to right booty. Let them find each other. Chest up, shoulder blades together. 15. 3, 4. The knee is not leading. The thigh bone is moving in the hip because all of the outer thigh muscles and butt muscles are squeezing to move it. The bottom half of my leg is secondary. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 feet on the ground. Bend your knees, sit back. Hip distance apart. Pull them out apart. I want you to feel that engage the outer legs. Tighten. 15. 1, 2. It's a little more dynamic. Squeeze the back of your legs. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you're up. Arms up. Woo. Come on forward as you exhale all the way down. Plant your hands on the ground. Bend your knees. Look forward. We're taking a little hop back. What I want you to feel in your hop back is that you're pushing the ground away. Okay, you can try that little hop a couple times. Push. Try it again. Push. Okay, now hop back. Go for it. Plank pose. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Exhaling. Pedal it out and nod. Exhale out of your mouth. Right leg. Send it up. Right there. 2 strong arms. Strong waist. Come forward. Hover. Knee to your nose. Squeeze your abs. Lift your chest as if the band was back behind you. Send it back up. Big breath. Exhale. Chest and abs. Work with the back. Send it back. Last time. Come forward. Step. Warrior 1. Back heel down. Arms are up by your ears. Big breath. Feel the arms radiate out of the 2 sides of your waist. Squeeze the biceps gently together as you sit into it. Nice. You're turning through center. Here we are. Heels and toes out. Bend your knees out to the side. Big breath. Push down into your feet. I want you to feel that lengthen through the waist. Feel your booty. We're squeezing the knees back in space 10 times. 1. Put your hands on the muscles you want to feel working. 4. It's your booty. 7, 8, 9. Stay. We've got 10 pulses. 1, 2. Up and down. 3. Inner and outer thighs working together. 7, 8, 9, and you're up. Warrior 2 to your left foot. Carve it out. You've got 2 strong feet underneath you. You're pressing down into it. Arms out to the side. Turn and look over your left hand. Feel your arms connected to the back, connected to the chest. Peaceful warrior as you reach back. Use the waist. You're going hands down to the ground. Low lunge. Pause there. I've gone parallel now. I'm going to step onto that left foot for a hot second. Just feel that. It's going to lift my right leg. Try that one more time. Step onto that left foot, lift the right leg. Now, the forward bend actually comes from the ribs in the back. So what I want you to feel is that you can straighten the left leg. Don't worry about how high the right one gets. And you're folding in half. Then you can see like, woo, if I squeeze my right butt, can I lift my leg? Bend the left knee, your standing leg, step back, low lunge. It's a moment. Drop your back knee. Give yourself a second to release out of that. There we go. Lift your left arm and twist. Feel the shoulder blades come together, chest lead. If you want to grab your back foot, it might be there for you. We're never forcing anything in the knee, right? Just breathe into it. And then releasing out of that. Both hands down to the ground. Pick up the back knee. Brace. 2 strong hands. Plank pose. Take a breath. Take an exhale. Shoulder blades together. Chest forward, heels back, belly in. Pike it back. Downward facing dog. Nod your head up and down to your left leg. Send it up as you breathe in. 3 times. Pull that knee into your chest. Hover. Squeeze. Lift the chest. Send it back. Come forward. Hover. Squeeze. Lift the chest. Send it back. Come forward. Hover and step. Warrior 1. Back heel down. Your arms are coming up alongside of your ears. Big breath. You feel how much your back is rising up to meet you. Equal pressure into both feet. Big breath, big exhale, and then we're coming up and through center. We're back in our straddle. Your feet are going to stay parallel this time. So you really become aware of the inner arches of your feet lifting. Okay, I'm going to bend my left knee and I'm sitting my butt back. Feel that power into the right side. Similar to those leg lifts we just did standing. Over to the other side. Notice that as you bend a knee, the pelvis wants to go into funny position. It's a moment to find where you don't stabilize yourself when you're on one side or the other, right? So I'm down in my right leg, my butt's back as opposed in that wide second position. I'm in a squat and I'm feeling my outer legs pushing into the ground. It's active. You could use just your joints for this, or you could use muscle. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Good. Feel the transference of weight from right to left. 2 more. And it's like, whew, high legs. Last one. And you're up. Warrior 2 to the right. Send yourself into it. My left toes turned in. My feet are hip distance apart. If they're too narrow, you're not going to be able to feel your muscles. You're going to get stuck trying to balance, okay? Sit down into it. Arms wide. Shoulder blades together. Chest open. Big breath. Go a little deeper. Peaceful. Tip it back. Now, we're going to that low lunge. Hands down to the ground. Peel out of that back foot. Have a moment. Look forward. Push that left heel back. And then you're going to have a moment of like, okay, what if I just stood on my right leg? Stood on my right leg. And then go for it. Stand on the right leg. Start to straighten the right leg and bring your ribs down, 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 down to it. And there's a moment of like, okay, I'm in it. How high could my left leg go? And then bending, low lunge, send it back. Whew. Drop your left knee. Right arm up, take a test. Reach around, see if you can grab it. And releasing from there. So check it out. We're coming to a forearm plank, all right? So I'm gonna pick up my back knee, stepping back, and drop the knees for a sec. Forearms are gonna be even on the ground. That means that my thumbs are open, my pinky fingers are open. It's as if my finger pads were sticky and I had claws and were gripping the ground. Elbows are next to each other, and I'm gonna feel my shoulder blades come back behind me. Now from that, I can actually use my biceps and triceps, right? So you can feel like I'm squeezing my chest. Everything we've been doing this month leading up to this, right? You've got all this power in the upper body. Then you're gonna inch your knees back and start to bring your chest forward. My heart is super open and my gaze is right down here between my fingers, kind of just beyond them, okay? As soon as you jack your head up or down, you start to lose your alignment, okay? Gaze is neutral. Big breath in, exhale. Now, what I want you to contemplate is turning your vision and stories upside down. That's what you're gonna do. Your concepts of self, upside down. Scramble it all up, see what sticks. Ready? Big breath in. Exhale, press down, squeeze the biceps, squeeze the shoulder blades, squeeze the chest, add your abs. Now, use your legs, lift your knees. Hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, and you're down. Child's pose. Notice how much you used your back. Your back, when you are inverting, is your wall. It's your internal wall that catches you, okay? So forearm stand is exactly what we just did. You've got your forearms on the ground, shoulder blades back behind you. My shoulders are never gonna go past my elbows. My wall is my shoulder blades and my chest. So first step into this is being here. Forearms and knees on the ground. Pulling up your abs, pulling up your ribs. Go ahead and watch for just one hot second. I'm gonna demo it and then we'll all do it together. You're gonna push down into your elbows and lift your hips and drop your head. So this is a huge shoulder opener in and of itself. But look at how far back my pelvis is from my shoulders. There's no way I'm gonna get up this way. I have to be able to walk my pelvis forward, and that means I have to use my upper body. This is a lot of upper body strength right now, okay? And then you lift a leg. Remember, your left chest wants to help that right leg. You put down, lift. My gaze is very neutral between my arms. Down, knees down, turn your palms up, drop it back, all right? That's how we start. We don't really kick, all right? That's the challenge of inverting. Okay, that's the challenge of building a new story for yourself. You don't get to like muscle yourself into it. You invite it, you look, you work, you burn, and then suddenly it clicks, and it is. It's kind of amazing, okay? As much as I wish I could erase some of my inherited material out of my being, I cannot. So now I just get to work with it over and over and over again. Shoulder blades together, chest open, biceps and triceps, soft neck. I'm getting it as close as I can. Right leg is lifting. And I'm just gonna feel what is. My back is my wall. My feet are reaching for the ceiling. One leg comes down, and then the other leg. And then I take a child's pose. And I say thank you to gravity and to the heavens and how they pull each other and me into an open-hearted life. One more? Let's do one more. We gotta do the other leg. Here we go. Forearms to the ground, knees to the ground. Shrug it back. Here we go. Walk it in. Shoulders back into your back. Head is soft. Left leg up, or whatever leg you didn't do yet. Reach. Explore the step. Up into the air. Floating. One leg down. Other leg down. Last time, release, child's pose. Hello. And release it. Come on up. Rolling yourself up to center, you're gonna flip onto your back. Hold on. It's scary. It's scary to shift yourself up. It's scary to contemplate falling as a grown-up. You remember how we started the month? You cannot fail. Trial and correction. Palms down. It's okay to fall. Shoulder blades down, palms down. Press into your feet, lift your hips. Caroline, my oldest, was in 3rd grade. Just give yourself a little stretch through the back here. Lift your heart and then roll back down as you exhale. And her teacher came to me and she said, this was right before the pandemic hit actually. And her teacher was like, I'm concerned she's really got this perfectionist bend to her. Like she's having a hard time making mistakes, right? And owning them and being willing to work with them. And I was like, fuck. I tried to not pass on my perfectionism. We model it, right? Palms down, shoulder blades down. So she's been my teacher and I've been her teacher ever since about that. Pressing into your feet, lift your hips. And it will be for the rest of our lives, right? Of course we want to be perfect moms. My God, we've got these little beings that own our heart and soul outside of us. Roll on down. But that's the path of suffering. Like a constant grip to perfectionism. Right ankle over your left knee. Pull it in, figure 4. It just leads to fighting yourself and the world around you. Find your weakest link. Find your strengths. Live in both. Bring them closer together. Straighten your left leg. Give yourself a little stretch in here. What makes you happy? Come back through. Other side. Reach through, get into that hip. Just notice the blood flow and the oxygen and everything from being upside down. Even if you didn't lift a leg, right, you were upside down. It's a big move. It's putting your head beneath your heart. It's very vulnerable. Stretch your right leg up, bring it in. And back into it. Happy baby for a moment. Grab the outer edges of your feet. If this is a no-go on your hips, you can grab back behind the thighs and be somewhere in here, okay? And just sort of like grow around in there a little bit. Kind of rock from side to side, opening up the hips, opening up the low back. Go ahead and bring your feet together, knees open here, and again, rock a little side to side, kind of feeling all that space growing for you. And then roll yourself on up. You're gonna rock and roll yourself right up to sit from here. Boom. Go ahead and take your left leg straight out in front of you. Your right foot is to your inner thigh. Right arm up, and then it's a big forward bend as you exhale. Reach across it. Just give thanks. My happy list is simple, honestly. It has gotten more and more simple over the years. Being surrounded by my family. hot cups of awesome strong coffee in the morning that my children don't spill on me, and I drink while it's hot, not 2 hours later after it's gotten cold and reheated 10 times. Arms up, reach forward. That returns, I promise. If you're in your newborn days, I promise you will drink a hot cup of coffee again one day. Reach out into it. And in the meantime, invest in a straw and drink iced coffee. And then roll yourself on up as you breathe in. Both legs long out in front of you. A lot of time in the natural world. Right? These are my happy list. Awesome food. Awesome seasonal farm-based food. Life is way too short for bad food and dieting. Roll forward as you exhale. It doesn't mean eating garbage, and it doesn't mean overeating, right? It means feeding myself with the pleasure and abundance of eating and living close to the earth and sharing those meals with my family. And roll yourself on up as you breathe in. What's your list? Send it to me. Leave it in the comments. We all want to know your list. Let's spark each other awake. Let's spark each other upward. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for these practices. I'm so grateful for my legacy of teachers and the incredible teachers that are our children, and for each and every one of you. So thank you. Thank you for being here every Thursday. I wish you a beautiful rest of your day. I will be away next week. So live and breathe in these questions, and I will see you at the end of the month. A huge namaste.